Rangers had paid 6.5 million for me, and I was to fly up to Glasgow from Cardiff. I was with the national team actually, with Mark Hughes and all the Welsh players there. And the Rangers had put a private jet on, and I was to get myself up to Glasgow, complete the medical, and then get back in time to play the game. I think we were playing Belarus away with the Welsh game. So I arrived at Ibrox. I was signing on the same day as Ronald de Boer. I saw Ronald de Boer in the centre circle holding up his Rangers scarf. And ultimately, I went for a couple of scans. That's all it was. And then it was Dick Advocat, actually, that was trying to sign me. He was the manager. And it didn't materialise. They came back and said there's something that shows on the knee. We can't, proceed with the deal. So within a couple of hours, I was back on that plane, back down to Wales with my dad. And I was naturally upset because I had no allegiances at that particular time, the year 2000 it was. And we're talking, 20 odd years ago now. I had no allegiances. I didn't grow up a particular fan of either club. I'd always played in England, just getting on with my football, Arsenal, West Ham, all the other clubs. And then obviously 6 months later, Gordon Strachan says to me, I've got Martin O'Neill interested in you, Celtic. They know all about what happened at Rangers. They'd like to take you to Celtic. They are not too stringent with the medical. And then I did pre-season with Gordon up at St Andrews, and Martin came to see me, and I signed for Celtic 6 months later.
And 110 goals later, you were a Celtic legend.
Yeah, well,
then you were telling me that but even after your time at Celtic, there was a little chance you could have gone to Rangers.
Yeah,
as
well, I left Celtic. Brian Robson signed myself and Kevin Phillips, Kevin from Aston Villa, and myself from Celtic.
I played in your first game. You played against Motherwell in a pre-season game at Fir Park.
That's right,
with West Brom, and I played against your first game. Possibly, yeah.
How did I score?
Yeah, I think I blanked you out that day.
I'll be the first guy.
Well, there was another day, but I won't bring it up.
Was it David Murray got in touch about the potential of going to Rangers?
It was a reporter, I won't mention his name, said to me that expect a call from Mr. Murray. He's sort of seeked your number out, and I got a call, and I said, hello, Mr. Murray, and he said, look, I'd like to bring you back up to Rangers. He said, we made a mistake. We should have signed you. These medicals, blah, blah, blah. And I said, look, with all due respect, thank you very much, but there was no way. There was no way. It was never happening. The conversation was a bit of a waste of time, really. But I suppose he tried to get me back up, and his actual words were, we'll stick you in the safe house for the first or third game. And I was like, well, that's no way to live your life. Do you know what I mean? No. It's not the life I choose to live anyway.
No, that would have been fun in the Glasgow Goldfish Bowl, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but there you go, the opportunity. But I said, look, one, I probably would have never been accepted, fully accepted. And secondly, from the Rangers fans, and secondly, just as well throw all my 110 goals, down the river, because again, that's not the thing. It's the same as Cardiff City. I've no hatred for Cardiff, but
you're a Swansea man.
As a Swansea City fan, it's just something that you have to live a little bit with morals and integrity, and it's just not something I would have done. My mates are Swans fans and everything else, and I'd scored them goals for Celtic. There was never in a million years that I was going to go and do that. I just would not do it for all the money in the world. It was just a no-no for me.
Yeah. But morals, integrity, that's not going to catch on. Come on.
I think you've got to have them in life. I know you struggle to get that now and again.
No.
Couple of beers down here, but there you are.
Play Go Radio Glasgow.